You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Markeia McCarty and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show.
What's up? Stay in the buffet, what's up?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another WWE Main Event AfterBuzz recap show. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, I am Scott Narver. I am your host today because Tom the Com Connolly has headed to TLC. He's there right now. He's staked out his spot. He's got his Money in the Bank briefcase ready for when John Cena or Randy Orton take it. He will immediately cash in, and Tom will be your new champion of champions. So he's prepped and ready to go. But with me, as always, I have the video game vixen herself, Markeia McCarty. How are you today?
I'm great. Hey, guys. I'm glad to be back.
And the gold dust lover herself,
yes,
Gabrielle Loren. How are
What's
you,
up,
Gabby?
guys? I'm great tonight.
We had a great main event.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Absolutely. It was a very solid main event.
My
Very solid.
fave.
We were constantly shocked as when we were watching it. Just like, that was pretty good. Or, hey, that built up a little bit more. All right, now I'm into it. A lot of those comments were made. So we were in Portland, Oregon tonight. We had The Miz and Josh Matthews as our commentators for the evening. And it wasn't just the normal ring setup. No, there were tables, ladders, and chairs everywhere around the ring.
They decorate it for Christmas.
Yeah.
With mayhem.
Yes.
And we were all excited that maybe those were going to be in place tonight. Maybe somebody was going to use them and clobber each other with them.
Oh, I
That's
know.
what I was thinking.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
What would be your weapon of choice?
My weapon of choice that was there and present.
Yeah, tables, ladders, or chairs. Which would you use, Gabby?
Chairs, because I can easily pick it up. A ladder, I don't really like heights that much, and that just gets too messy.
It's good thinking. Markeia?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd use the ladder because nobody would expect that. Build up the arm strength ahead of time.
There you go.
Or you could just climb on top and then jump off of it on top of the person.
Exactly.
There you go.
Scissor kicking
What
all
about
the
you?
way down.
Multiple scissor kicks. And then to kick us off tonight, we had Dolph Ziggler versus Curtis Axel with Ryback in his corner. Now, that may play into the outcome a little bit later, but we'll get to that.
Yes.
So this was a great matchup. This was Curtis Axel came out with a new T-shirt. He had his Better Than Perfect shirt because as his father was Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig.
Oh,
So
now
he says
I get that.
he's better than him.
Oh.
Being a fan of Mr. Perfect, those are some big shoes to fill and a big shirt to fill.
Man,
That's tough.
I like that. It's, counts for two things. I was going to say double entendre, but that's not the right term.
Innuendo.
Yeah.
No, not innuendo.
No.
And the Curtis Axel and Ryback are now a tag team, and they have a tag team name. They beat you to it, Markeia.
Oh, what's their tag team name?
Rybaxel.
Right back.
No.
No way.
Yeah,
No, you
yeah,
made
well,
Is
that
that
up.
what it really is?
I didn't make it up, no.
Oh, wow.
You were listening to the commentary, weren't you?
And I happen to watch other wrestling shows a lot throughout the week.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
We're just out of the loop.
Yeah, or out on the town having a good time. One or the other. I'm not entirely sure. So this was a sort of classic matchup. There was a lockup to start, and then one-upsmanship. Axel was getting the better over Ziggler, and then he got more and more arrogant as it progressed.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's like there was that, like you were saying, that back and forth, like headlock here, arm lock here. And then it was Axel just kind of started, oh, I'm kind of full of myself now. And then Ziggler, smacked him around for himself.
Yeah, he finally got the advantage over Axel, who was just getting too arrogant and slipped up.
Yeah, I mean, super advantage. elbow drop advantage.
This match, I had no idea who was going to win. I put it that way. Just from the way things were playing out, it was just so unclear to me because they both had their advantages and they both really proved themselves throughout the match. It was really hard to see like where the direction was going.
So obviously you like that more, not knowing.
I love that. I don't want to know. I don't want to be able to predict what's going to happen. It keeps me on the edge of my seat.
Okay. Unlike the predictions we're going to make later about TLC.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Yes. So yes, there's one-upsmanship. Dolph eventually gets the advantage over him and then drops, as Markeia had mentioned, these 10 vicious elbows. That 10th one, leaping up in the air. And you said, you say? He got dizzy. It looks like he get dizzy.
It looked like he got dizzy by the 7th or 8th time that he's doing the elbow drop because he would stand up, turn around, and then elbow drop down on Axel again. Well, 10 times in a row. He did a really good impression of not letting us know that he was dizzy because he, for the most part, stayed in his spot. He didn't really travel too much, like he was falling over. And, you know, as a former dancer, I know that when you're dizzy, you usually can't stand in that same, you know, mark that you were on. And he was literally just up, down, right in that same mark.
So he was doing some devastating pirouettes.
He was spotting his victim.
That's right, because you gotta whip the head around.
Yeah,
right?
And that's how you stay in your placement.
I took a jazz class or two.
There you go.
I was miserable. I was awful. So that we had a Dolph then also getting very cocky and arrogant, going for a gigantic splash into the corner and missing, hitting the ring post, tumbling to the outside. And then we had cut to commercial break. And that was the room when we were watching it. Just, horror.
I was expecting blood and everything after he got it. Looked like he hit that post really hard.
I mean, we did see blood tonight, not in this match.
We did see blood.
Foreshadowing.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Foreshadowing.
Innuendo. No, I still don't have it. No, I still don't have it right. So, yes, he crashes into the post. We come back from the commercial break, and then Axel is just grinding on him.
Yeah.
Not like on the dance floor grinding.
No.
No, not that. But just wailing away on him, just slowly and methodically just grinding his forearm into his face.
Yeah, it was like a giant Indian rug burn on his face.
Yes.
Yeah, and the choke outs, he just kept on choking him out and just like, it was kind of, I was wincing a bit watching.
Yeah, it was wearing him out. It was like an older brother beating up a younger brother. Just laying on him, tiring him out. And then from there, he's working the submissions, and then it started escalating more and more. Then we started having these big moves in there. We had the distracto arm, we had the neck breakers, we had a famouser, we had a perfect plex, all that did not finish the match. But then Ryback gets up, distracts Dolph Ziggler on the apron. Ziggler immediately goes after him, knocks him to the ground, and then Axel comes in with his move that's still not been named. The swinging, grabbing the head, and then swinging it right into the ground. I have a potential name for it. This is the only name I came up with tonight.
Oh, please.
Axelcution.
I love that.
It.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's really awesome, actually.
Thank
you
you.
should be a writer.
No, you're welcome, Triple H, for that one. Axelcution. So he hits him with that, and Miz says it's a cheap victory.
You know, I have to disagree with Miz saying that. I didn't like how the match ended, but there is no asterisk next to a W.
That's true.
A win is a win.
See, I agree with the sentence because I think all matches should be won fair and equal. And I hate distraction matches. It's ridiculous. It's just like you don't come to the show to see someone get distracted and mess up. I don't want to see mistakes. I want to see victories. And victories because you deserved it.
So, Gabby, would you ever come, if you had a match in the WWE, would you ever have someone be in your corner?
To distract? No.
Well, would they be a distraction? I mean, wouldn't they always be a distraction? Would you always come out by yourself?
Listen, when you're in the ring, it's game time. And you should only be focused on your opponent, right?
Right.
So distractions is like amateur league. I don't know why these guys keep focusing on what's outside the ring or why even the divas do it. We see it happen with the Bella Twins. It's like, get your head in the game. Like, it's not about anybody else but you. And the only distraction I can understand is if someone comes to attack you inside the ring.
Right.
Okay, well, I have to disagree. I think that they are, in game time and like their head's on a swivel, and then they see something out of the corner of their eye where it's like it's whenever there's a distraction, it seems like the person's like coming up to the rope, and my first thought is, oh, they're about to throw some stuff down. So then they try to run and get rid of that threat, but of course they do that. Their back is exposed and
I don't know.
Go down.
It's like in beer pong. Sorry to make this, reference, but when you're playing beer pong and like people, put their hands over the cups to distract you, like that shit is not fair. And that's not even like an actual physical interference where they're touching you physically. And I get what you're saying, but if they're still outside the ring in a distraction, then you're not on your game. It's just like if someone's doing the hands over the cup, like you should still be able to look at that cup and focus. I don't care what those hands are doing.
So beer pong is equated to wrestling
it's
in the ring.
It's the development stages.
I see.
There
Training.
you go. It's training.
It's kind of like NXT.
Yes.
So Markeia,
The
basically,
NXT, but beer pong
Of
stuff.
wrestling.
Markeia, you're saying you would have Gabby or myself be in your corner for a match, but Gabby, you would not have us ringside to help
I
you
would
out.
have you ringside, but I would make sure you don't get involved. Be there to support.
I couldn't
I would
promise
be.
that. I couldn't promise
I'd be getting
that.
the crowd
I'm
behind
sorry.
you. Yeah, I'd be riling them up.
I'd be doing that, and if I saw an opportunity and they were about to take you down, I mean, we'd probably argue about it later, but I would do what I could to distract them.
As a friend and a partner, I would say come in if you think I'm on my deathbed, but other than that, like,
Okay.
yeah, we gotta support each other, but we also have to fight our battles appropriately. I don't know.
Very honorable of you, Gabby.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't think you could fit in the Wyatt family, to be honest with you.
Listen, I'll fit in that Wyatt family if I have to nudge myself in that Wyatt family.
Well, then next up, after that match, we had... let's give that a rating, yes. So out of a star rating that Tom loves to do ever so much that I don't follow it, but Markeia, what would you give a rating to that match?
I felt like there was, like, with the back and forth, I enjoyed it. I like being surprised in matches. I thought that Curtis Axel was going to win this match, but then Ziggler, started coming back with the 10 times elbow and everything. I was pleasantly surprised. I already thought Axel was going to win, but at a point, I didn't think he would. So I gave it a 3.75. I thought I really enjoyed this match, and I want more of stuff like this. A little bit more spectacle would have been nice, but still, it was a solid match.
Okay, solid 3.75. Gabby?
I thought this was a great way to open main event. Super entertaining. I saw the passion in these guys when they were fighting. I saw coordination, which I loved. So I gave it a 4.5 for the intensity of those moves.
All right, 4.5. I love the match as well. It showcased both guys very well. It showed what they were able to do in the ring, the storytelling abilities that they had, and they had a great match. They did it really well. They built, everything meant something. It was a really, really great match. If you get a chance to check it out, I highly recommend you check this match out. Especially if we've all seen Dolph Ziggler really showcase himself, but Curtis Axel really gets to show his stuff. So I gave it a 37 Axelcutions. I'm driving that home.
Innuendo.
Then we had, from Raw, we see the Kane announcing from 2 weeks ago that CM Punk at TLC will be facing The Shield in a 3-on-1 handicap match.
Ooh, nobody should do a handicap match.
3-on-1.
Nobody should do a handicap match.
It's not fair. CM Punk had later said in an interview saying, I'm probably not going to win this match, but I'm going to see how many of them I can take out. So that's a good fighting spirit.
Yeah, it is a good fighting spirit. I'd say keep going with the flow.
Keep going with the flow. What would you do if you're in a 3-on-1 handicap match? Then you're going to call us in for backup?
Listen, I will then call on my props, my weapons of mass destruction.
Oh.
Yeah, so hopefully, this was a recap of what already happened, yeah?
This was a recap of what already happened, what they showed on the show.
Yeah, see, they should do something like this during TLC, so at least you have, like, if it's handicap, I don't know, handicap, you can't use anything, right?
No.
Or is it
generally
just
not.
handicap because there's three against
It's
one?
usually handicapped in some way against the other person. So the 3 guys have an advantage of 3 guys.
Right,
and then
but
the
can
other guy
they use
can't.
anything or no?
Just the power of 3, while the other guy's just on his own.
Because if they were allowed by the association to actually use weapons, then I would say don't let the Shield use weapons, but give the handicap guy the weapons.
No guns, Gabby.
So 3
No
against
guns.
1, but that one gets to use something destructive.
No guns. They have bulletproof vests on the Shield.
Yeah,
You
well,
can't use
know,
them.
we can't do that.
Oh,
But
so they're
ladders,
like baseball bats with barbed wire.
Oh, Markeia's sick.
Oh no,
No, you're thinking you're destructive. I like this.
No, I'm thinking like they were video game characters. you would have
You're
that.
going into The Last of Us right now. You're duct taping things together right now.
I've upgraded all my melee weapons.
Very nice. Very nice. So that match we'll be talking about a little bit later on in our predictions. So they showed that. And then next up we had Natalya versus Alicia Fox, who we haven't seen in a little while.
That is true.
And these ladies impressed.
Yeah, it was a very strong match. I didn't know that Alicia Fox was a former Diva champion. Isn't that? I listened to the commentators for once.
For you, Tom. We did it for you.
Yes, that one was for you, Tom.
Thinking of you.
It was the only time I listened to them. Yeah. Did either of you watch the Slammies? I'm just curious.
I did.
No,
You
you
Yes.
did.
Okay. Yeah, because that Natalya was nominated for Diva of the Year. I just find it it's ridiculous to me that the Bella Twins did, because they're 2 people. It's Diva of the Year, not Divas of the Year.
But they're twins.
Yeah, they're like branded together. That's a hard one.
I mean, who can win against 2 beautiful women?
Not me.
However, it's like if they won like
I'm
a
losing right now.
title, they'd have to win it individually, I think, in a sense, because you can't have 2-on-1 all the time for a championship.
They've won it before and they shared it in the past.
That's weird to me.
Wow.
They came out of the womb together, You share.
I think it would be more interesting if one of them kept winning stuff more than the other.
They should pin each other against one another
That'd be fun.
for like a champion title or something, right?
That would be really fun.
Take that, family. Go against yourself.
Right? And then now they're enemies and rivals.
Well, that
One of
could
them-
happen.
One of them bands up with AJ.
And then the other one with horrible Eva Marie. No, I'm just kidding. That would be a handicap.
Well, we had
Just kidding.
in this match in Natalya versus Alicia Fox, we had a lot of quick holds and quick, very flexible reversals. They were really showcasing their stuff. Natalya and Alicia were trading hold for hold and then trying to get the advantage on one another, but couldn't get a clear-cut advantage from the start.
But how about Alicia's flip out of a hand lock?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pure
Hand or
awesomeness.
arm lock, because it looks kind of like both to me.
It was a good lock.
Alicia was very impressive with the use of her legs. She has very long legs and utilized that very, very well. Well, as we'll mention in a little bit, but she was doing those flips, doing everything to get out of those moves. It was really impressive to see. And one exceptional moment of this match was Natalya attempts for a roll-up on Alicia when Alicia's holding the ropes. Alicia bumps her off from herself. Natalya rolls back and then rolls forward one time and then goes for a kip up. A very impressive move where you kick yourself up and off. She does that, kips up, and then Alicia boots her right in the mush.
Whoa.
That was a great moment.
It was really good. I mean, and then Natalya, like a load of bricks.
Yep, went right back down.
That
It was a favorite.
right there, fellas, these divas are serious.
Yeah,
You kick in the face like that.
I mean, Natalya's serious. She's been in the game for a while, so this girl has got her shit together.
Yeah, she can take a boot to the face. 'cause
Yeah, so she knows how to like handle it. It looked a little painful, and I still stand by my quote in the screening room. I don't know how these girls' extensions stay in their hair, being dragged across the floor, slammed down. Like you'd think that there would be some track on the ring. I don't know.
Yeah, there was some hair pulling, and you girls
Yeah.
went nuts. About
Yeah, it's
the
like, oh,
extensions
no,
getting-
don't pull the hair. Don't pull the hair.
Don't touch that.
Don't touch the hair.
Do you wear extensions? Have you ever done that?
I do. Yeah, I wear
Nah,
that.
You do?
I don't wear extensions, but
I wear
I did
clip-ins.
once in high school.
If they got ripped out, would that be really painful for a guy? I don't know.
Of course.
I don't know where the extensions go in.
Depends which type you have, but I think any type actually really hurts. It's just different levels of hurt.
It has to stay in. So if somebody yanks it out.
All right, I'm understanding a little bit more now.
It's like pulling your hair out of your scalp because most likely if your extension comes out, your actual hair is coming with it.
So you're saying Tom and I should get extensions and then have a match where we pull each other's hair out?
It's called a cat fight.
Well, maybe Tom and I should have a cat fight.
I think so. For that Money in the Bank box.
Well, he's cashing it in on Sunday. Then we had Alicia. She utilized her legs with the head scissors and really keeping Natalya down. And those long legs, I don't know how you get out of them. It's devastating.
I don't know.
Then there was Alicia had another good moment where Natalya got away from her and she went for a boot to the face and she missed because Natalya had gone to the corner and then she regrouped and then kicked her right in the gut.
Yeah.
So no wasted opportunities by Alicia. Really showing that she wants to get back in the on TV and back into the Divas division.
And did you notice she was doing a lot of little personality things, like when she had Natalya in one of the many leg chokes or leg holds. She was doing little personality things like shh to the audience
and one of these like I'm smarter than you.
Yeah, she did do that, and she made a crazy face at one point too.
Do the crazy face.
I don't know. It was like with her hair all over. It was interesting.
You got to watch the show on the YouTube to see the crazy face right there that Gabby made.
Yeah.
And your stuff, too. You guys have some good ones also. Not going to lie.
So then, yes, the extensions were being pulled, and then that was enough to set Natalya off, and she went for the sharpshooter.
Yeah. Oh, but right before that, it was, I don't know what it's called, but when Natalya lifted her up and then like back slammed her and went into a split at the same time.
She did like a
back splitter,
modified power slam.
That
kind of what she did.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
Yeah,
I didn't get that down. Yeah.
Yeah, and that like knocked the breath out of Alicia Fox. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
This was a great match.
Yeah, these Divas were great. It's great to see a Divas match on Main Event, and it's been happening more and more lately. And then she went for that sharpshooter. And there was no getting out of that. That is a devastating hold. And Alicia had no choice but to tap out.
We understand.
Sometimes losing is okay.
Especially when you're held in the sharpshooter.
Yeah, to fight again another day.
Yeah.
So, rating for this match, Markeia.
I was in between a 3.5 and a 3.75 with it.
Okay.
Because I was wondering, like, oh, how did this stack up against the first match? And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to judge it on its own merit. I thought that this was a strong diva match. I enjoyed the personality flares. I liked the leg locks. And I love how solid Natalya is. You know, I want to see even more from her. And she's kind of got this golden look going on now. I don't know, kind of like a little goddess. So I gave it a 3.75.
Okay, 3.75. Gabby?
I believe they're both strong in their own right, so it was nice to see these two girls paired up. Great use of Alicia's legs, like you've mentioned. Natalya's a very strong wrestler. Not only that, but that one move we mentioned, the walkover with her arm and the twist that Alicia did, that was impressive to me because she could have broke her arm right then and there. So these girls went for it, went all out, and really confident. So I gave it a 4.3. It was really entertaining.
Wow, 4.3. All right.
Yep.
I really enjoyed it as well. It was a great clash of styles. Like you said, the strong diva versus the very agile, flexible diva. And it was nice to see Alicia Fox really showing what she does. And that, yes, she was a Divas champion previously for a reason. So I gave it a 27 sharpshooters. I'm just going with the finishing moves name. And then we had the Raw recap where we saw the title ascension ceremony. And at the end of the ceremony, we had Randy Orton and John Cena just lost it in front of all the former champions in the ring.
Yeah.
They just started beating each other up. And then even more pandemonium broke out because, let's see, first we had... they were fighting, and then CM Punk tried to push Randy Orton into the corner to stop him from fighting, and Randy Orton pie-faced him. You don't pie-face CM Punk.
No.
And then CM Punk then punched Randy Orton, And then Triple H tried to pull off CM Punk, and then CM Punk punched Triple H. And then it just kept going and kept
Daniel
building.
Bryan was in there somewhere.
And Shawn Michaels was in there. Super kicks, running knee strikes, everything culminates into Daniel Bryan almost getting an RKO from Randy Orton, but shoving Randy Orton off into Stephanie McMahon. Into Triple H's lady.
Yeah. She was flat on the mat.
See, this is my kind of fight. Like, everyone's involved. You got your employers and the employees. It was hysterical. And when Stephanie got knocked out, I loved how Triple H ran over to her. That was a moment.
Was that gallant? Sure. Was that very gallant?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. It was amazing. I thought it was a moment. It was really good.
And then, yeah, it wasn't just that. Then he pedigreed Randy Orton for knocking over his lady.
Oh, yeah, he fought back. And then Stephanie got up like, you know, that power champ she is. So.
And then we had a very odd moment. Within the corner, we had Triple H, Kane, Stephanie McMahon, and John Cena all standing together looking at Randy Orton, disappointed. So John Cena was with the Authority when Randy Orton is usually with the Authority. So I don't know. Is that leading to something?
It might be.
John Cena on their side?
Good eye.
Thank you. Thank you. I am quite the nerd. Then we went into this epic video package, going into the title unification that will happen on Sunday for TLC. And with that, the birth and rise of John Cena and Randy Orton throughout their WWE career. Seeing the moments when they first entered into the wrestling ring on SmackDown and Raw, respectively, and then throughout the years winning their first championships, their feuds, how they cross paths, and the accomplishments that they have done together. So that, I was already sold, but that double sold me. It was an incredible package.
That's a great video. And then I loved at the end, I believe it was Stephanie McMahon, that our whichever announcer was like, there can only be one. It's like, yes. And I got little goosebumps. Highlander-esque goosebumps. There can only be one double title champion. Pretty cool.
Gabby, what'd you think of it?
I think there should only be one. I agree. And like I said from the beginning, this main event was amazing, and I love how they're editing this. So this package in itself was awesome because they really do make an impact. Yeah, you got chills for a reason, you know? They know what they're doing with the writing, and they know what they're doing with the producing. It reminds me of being in a video game. Like, that's what it looks like. I just love the effects and everything. So, yes, there should only be one winner. Who that is, I do not know yet, but I guess I'll have to let you know in predictions.
Yes, you will have to let us know.
Yes.
It's a very exciting time to be a fan right now because it's going back to one championship. It's going to mean that much more. And for, you know, it's known to our listeners that you are newer fans, and you got a great history lesson in that video package in and of itself, knowing more about John Cena and Randy Orton and how they've been storied throughout the years and catching up on that as well.
That was nice. That was a nice touch.
Orton was surprisingly tattoo-less before.
He had a couple around here, and then, now he's got like a poem underneath the tricep there.
They look so much younger. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Their faces are like baby faces.
Which one was cuter, girls?
They're both hot. I say Randy.
Younger, it was Randy? Markeia?
I really can't decide between the two of them. I don't.
Sadie Hawkins dance. You've got to ask. Which one do you ask? They're the only two boys left in school. Big Show's been taken.
Okay, then I guess Randy, just because I think he'd be a little bit more interesting to talk to. This is like trying to choose your favorite Muppet Baby or something. They were so young.
That's easy. Animal.
Kermit.
Miss Piggy.
See? We did it. Then we had our final match of the night, the main event of main event. We had R-Truth and Xavier Woods, his first main event match, against Tons of Funk with the Funkadactyls in their corner, who did not get involved, who did not distract. They were just there for support, as Gabby would want it. So we had R-Truth and Xavier Woods hyping the crowd up, singing "What's Up" and dancing around, and then we had Tons of Funk dancing as well. And then it became the big men versus the tiny guys, because it was Brodus Clay and Xavier Woods to start, but Brodus Clay didn't want any part of it. Wasn't worth his time. Tagged immediately out to Sweet Tea.
I didn't know what was going on if they hadn't had that quick recap of apparently Xavier Woods and Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay, yes.
Brodus Clay
Funkasaurus.
had some tension. Has some rivalry.
Yeah, what they didn't show was Xavier Woods on his first night on Raw. He came out to the Tons of Funk music and had the Funkadactyls because he was given permission by Brodus Clay to do it. Okay. But then Brodus Clay felt that he showed him up and did it way better and tried to steal it from him.
Ooh.
Had too much fun and then confronted him in the locker room. And then they had that match that they showed. So he doesn't like him. Brodus Clay does not like Xavier Woods.
Okay. That is now clear to me.
This was just not a cool match. Like, so, like, not fair. It's inequality at its best.
Because of the size difference?
The size difference.
Or the dancing ability?
No, both. It makes me uncomfortable to watch when Xavier gets in the ring. Like, R-Truth, I'm fine with seeing him, like, work with Brodus. I think it works. But, no, not with Xavier. It was just uncomfortable.
It was like watching a chihuahua go up against a pit bull.
Yeah, that's what it was like, literally.
Well, he hung in there as best he could. Xavier got beat down for quite a bit of the first part of the match.
Oh, yeah. Hung upside down and beat down.
Yeah, they both beat him up bad. Yeah, he did hang him upside down. They're kicking him to the gut, all kinds of stuff. Xavier eventually gets that tag to R-Truth, and R-Truth does pretty well getting the Itziguri, doing some stuff. But then at that point, a big moment that happened that we were noticing for quite a while. Brodus had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, for the
some nipple slippage.
Yes, for the rest of the match.
A moob just fell right on out.
It was just out there.
Very distracting.
It's called a nip slip. Okay, guys.
It's true. So that was very distracting. That would distract me. You know, you say nobody on the outside of the ring. You can't have that on the inside of the ring. That's disqualification right there.
And he didn't even bother to fix it. Like, he just didn't care.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So they were beating down R-Truth viciously. They threw R-Truth into the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Like a rag doll. Mm-hmm. And then from there, Brodus Clay dropped onto his chest and belly because that's how much Brodus Clay's butt can cover when he drops down on a guy.
Yeah, it was like a butt pancake.
And then from there, doing nerve pinches to the shoulders and neck. And we saw Gabby pointed out that R-Truth was bleeding from the mouth.
Yeah. It was looking pretty intense inside there.
Very intense.
Just getting on the ring, on the floor.
Yeah, this was a rough match. They were brutalizing each other.
Yeah,
And then he didn't stop.
Yeah, I know. There was way too much fat muscle, you know, versus R-Truth and Xavier. I mean, Xavier is spunky. You know, I think he just needs to get in more matches, and you know, he has a kind of style. It's, you know, it's like
flashy.
Yeah, he's got
energetic.
Yes.
Quick.
Chihuahua.
You know who he'd be great with? I'm mind blanking. Who does the snake?
Oh,
Santino Marella.
Santino. Him and Santino would do well in the ring together.
They'd be great.
That would be very fun.
Who's to say not a six-man tag with all three of those guys? R-Truth in there too.
Oh, you could do the three of them versus a three-man band.
That's a good idea. Yeah. You can have that one, Triple H. Then we had the hot tag from Xavier. And then to Xavier, sorry about that. To Xavier, he got in some offense real quick. He got in what's called the honor roll, where he went into the corner, did a somersault, and then a clothesline to Brodus. Didn't do a whole lot to affect Brodus. No. Brodus then brought him up for a power bomb, and which we all thought it was over right there. And then Xavier was wailing away on his big head, and then fell back into the ropes for a blind tag by R-Truth.
Crafty.
Very crafty. And then R-Truth snuck in there and rolled up Brodus Clay for the win. A shocking win.
Yeah. I did not think they would win.
Yeah.
I did not.
I don't think anyone did, but I will say if you don't have the upper hand in a match, it really helps to have brains. And they were extremely smart with what they did with that blind tag.
Very smart.
Yeah.
But it made Brodus mad.
Oh, this was
really mad.
This was so good.
There's a lot of tension after the match because Brodus started beating up R-Truth even more, slamming him to the ground, kicking on him, stomping on him, and then going up to the second rope for a splash. And Sweet Tea intervened and said, "Stop it! No, enough." And then we had a shove.
I know. I can't believe he did that. It's just like, no, I'm going to do this. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not my dad, are you? Yeah, and then goes back up again.
It's very layered. Very layered. Not all that was said, but it was all implied. All heavily implied.
That's when it got real. And even the divas were like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Or how about when Brodus Clay points at, which diva did he point at?
Ariane, what's her name?
Oh, was it Cameron?
Maybe it was Cameron.
I forget their wrestling names.
Oh,
Right.
okay, yeah.
The girl with the blonde hair, right?
Yeah,
I
the
believe
lighter
so.
skin, lighter hair, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that classic point at his woman, go get in the car, as in go up the ramp, it's time to go. And she's like, no, you've lost your mind. And then it was her, the other Funkadactyl, and Sweet Tea.
Oh, it might have been the other diva that he said that to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cameron and Naomi are the two divas.
I don't know. You
So,
guys
yeah.
let us
Sure.
know.
And then he was walking up the ramp like, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing.
Yeah, that was just a joke. They were so disappointed in their faces. I liked it.
You liked it?
I
We
liked
got some
it.
story. We got some story in the main
Yeah.
event, some implosion happening. What do you think's going to happen? Will Tons of Funk exist? Or will they fall apart?
Ooh, are we at predictions now? I'm kidding. I think, there's a possible heel thing there because wasn't Big Show like super heel before? And, there might be a little bit of a niche to fill. And this seemed like seeds of that. I found it interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gabby, what do you think?
Brodus gets replaced by Big Show.
Oh, all right.
I'm just kidding. I think maybe they'll wrestle out on each other, like become rivals just for like one match, possibly.
Could be.
I think that could expand. That like I said before, got real, and that was probably one of the realest moments I'd seen that night.
So what did you think of Xavier Woods? I know that you felt he was the underdog, but did you feel for him in this match? Are you rooting
Yes.
for him?
Feel for him.
Feel for him?
I
Pity?
Yes.
Just because he's too small?
I felt like he was, the little engine that could.
Oh God.
It was
That's so sad.
yeah, it was just he was trying and like executing his moves, but I just think he needs more experience in the ring
Okay.
and to come into his own style.
Okay.
Start putting more power behind his moves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a rating for this match between R-Truth and Xavier Woods versus Tons of Funk.
Want to go first?
Sure. For this at first I wasn't a big fan of this match just because I was like, oh please, Funkasaurus and Sweet Tea, Tons of Funk is gonna win. I mean, this is ridiculous. But it surprised me. It was some smart thinking with the wrestling, and they got me with that rivalry thing that happened a little bit at the beginning, and then all this story happening at the end. So between the wrestling with like R-Truth really showing his stuff, I'm really starting to like him. I gave it a 4.
A 4? Wow.
I know. It turned me around with it. At first this was going to be a 2.75 and it jumped up to a 4 just from having that story invested into it. It made me see them as more than wrestlers. It was like, I want to follow them into the locker room. Let's see what happens. So
And tell him to, fix that wardrobe.
I know,
Nip
right?
slip going on, right?
or at least wear a sports bra.
Exactly. All right. So a 4.
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
Gabby?
They got me.
I have 2 separate ratings here, so
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
splitting it. 3.7 because I enjoyed watching this match. I think there was great effort put in. I'll stress effort. But one of my favorite points was when R-Truth was being held by the 2 guys on the outside of the ring, and then Xavier came out and jumped over the clothing line on top of them to break it up. That was a great moment for me. I really enjoyed it. So that is a 3.7, but then I gave it also a 1.0 because I don't want to see Xavier in a match against these guys. It's just not fair. And like I said, it's uncomfortable. So to me, like, that's not something that's as entertaining as what we saw in the opening match. And I mean, there was great teamwork, and I loved the potential storyline aspect of it. So that's why that high rating is also there.
Okay. So it sounds like Xavier Woods has a lot to prove to you, ladies.
Yeah.
He's not bad. It's just he does not belong in the ring with those guys at all.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's got a lot to prove as far as showing that he can be in the ring with those guys. So if he thinks he's going to be in the WWE, he's going to have to face guys like that. I don't
think he can face guys like that unless he has weapons, to be honest. And they don't.
No, they're born weapons. Look at them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they are born weapons.
I actually can't think of who he could go up against by himself, as he is right now.
Tyson Kidd? Justin Gabriel?
Santino.
Well, no, I think Gabriel would hand him his butt.
Maybe Fandango.
Here is your butt, sir.
Fandango might not be too bad for him.
Fandango. Fandango's kind of become a little bit of a scapegoat, hasn't he?
I haven't liked his matches.
I understand.
Well, I enjoyed the match as well. I love that we had story as well in this match, and it's progressing into something else, and I hope it leads to more stuff on Main Event for us, for watching the show.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, it was a great match, and I would give it 36 nip slips. That's what I give it. I couldn't even say it because it's so ridiculous. Brodus, you got to do something about the outfit. It's bad news. Yeah. But that's not the end of this show because TLC is this Sunday, so it is time for our TLC Main Event predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Who's going to go first?
This is a pretty stacked card, and this is what they've announced so far as of Wednesday on WWE.com. So they may add more matches, but this is what we have so far. We have the kickoff match that is available on YouTube and everywhere else for free. It's Dolph Ziggler versus the scapegoat, Fandango. So, Gabby, who takes this one?
Dolph.
Dolph.
Yeah.
Dolph, huh? All right. Markeia?
I say the same thing. Dolph. Fandango's just... He's a scapegoat right now. Ziggler's going to sharpen his teeth on him.
Okay. I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler as well. I'm here to show the world. We got Dolph Ziggler here. Can we cut to the camera of him being here in the studio?
Oh,
yeah, because he's like right there. Can we just really quick?
We can't cut to that camera?
I mean, look at, ripped shirt and everything.
I don't know why Tom would do this. I don't know why Tom would cut the cable to that. That camera right there. I guess he just wants all the attention for himself at TLC.
Yeah, he's gone mad with his...
there goes Dolph. Well,
thanks for coming.
Best of luck on Sunday. Yeah. Then next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship match. Big E Langston is the champion versus Damien Sandow.
Big E.
This is Brains versus Braun right here. Classic matchup.
Yeah. I say Big E also. He hasn't been champion long enough.
He hasn't been champion long enough, so he can't lose it, you're saying.
He can't lose it yet.
All right. I'm going to agree with you, gals. I'm going to go with Big E Langston as well. I love Sandow, but Big E's unstoppable. He's just massive. Can't get through him. Then we have the Divas Championship match. AJ Lee, the champion, versus Natalya.
I think it's Natalya's time to shine. I feel like she's been wanting this really bad. And AJ's been winning a lot of matches, so maybe she will not come through for this one. So I'm going with Natalya.
Okay.
In a title match, they don't win if there's a disqualification or anything like that.
If there's a disqualification, the champion retains their championship.
I say that AJ's going to keep her title.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you say Natalya wins via disqualification?
Yes.
Or something
along those lines,
okay.
But I think that AJ will still be the Divas champion.
Okay. Very good prediction. I say that AJ wins it.
There's that face. The Scott, I love AJ face.
Oh my God, she's adorable. Why isn't she here? She's not here. Dolph Ziggler was here.
Yes, he was here.
What a crime.
He was.
So I go with AJ Lee. And then next up we have the first of two handicap matches. We have CM Punk versus The Shield. It's a 3-on-1 match.
Come on.
3-on-1.
The Shield.
Shield.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
The Shield. Now, I'm not even asking. Phil, are you in on this? You jumping in on these?
I'll tweet my predictions.
You tweet your predictions.
Yeah.
Where can they get those predictions, Phil?
AfterBuzz TV.
Oh.
So AfterBuzz is predicting or you're predicting?
I am AfterBuzz, baby.
Oh, okay.
Man, Markeia Menounos is gonna stab you. She's gonna stab you for that. I go with the Shield on this one. It's 3-on-1, and CM Punk, I love him, but he's been injured on Raw and been beaten up and getting spears to the ribs. Can't survive.
Couldn't even hold up his slammy without holding his ribs.
Without holding his ribs. And then we've got the second of our handicap matches. It's Daniel Bryan versus the Wyatt family.
Oh, shoot.
3-on-1 again.
That is a good one.
Do they take title if they win versus Daniel Bryan?
No, there's no title at stake
Daniel,
for this one.
Daniel, okay.
Yeah.
No title at stake for this one.
Well, you know my answer, the Wyatt brothers.
And the Wyatt family is saying that they want Daniel Bryan to join them, and that's their goal. They're trying to bring him into the family.
Wow.
I mean, he does look like them.
He'd never. They'd have to brainwash him first.
That would be a great
Or
storyline.
beard wash him.
Oh my god.
Beard washing.
Wow.
You can have that one too, Triple H.
That would be an awesome storyline if they like brainwashed Daniel Bryan.
Beard wash.
Yeah. Like had some sort of promo. He's in the cabin. They're like, "Where's Daniel Bryan? Where's Daniel
Oh
Bryan?"
my god, didn't we do the kidnapping storyline last time?
Oh, did we?
Yeah, didn't we talk about that?
We did, yeah.
About him getting potentially kidnapped?
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome.
That would be right. They beat him, drag him off into the ring.
Yeah.
And then the kidnapping line.
Drug him, make him join their team.
Oh, all right. So, Gabby, you're going to the Wyatt family?
One of the Wyatts.
Okay. Markeia?
I really want to go with Daniel Bryan, but come on, let's be serious. Let's
be serious. No more fun.
Yeah.
Let's be serious on this show.
I'm still gonna go with they have more people. They're awesome. So Wyatt's.
Oh, all right. I'm going to go against you gals. I'm saying Daniel Bryan.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I'll go Daniel Bryan. He's a crafty guy. He's on a roll right now. The crowd loves him. I think the Wyatts aren't as tight as the Shield. The Shield's a tight-knit unit. The Wyatts aren't so much. But he's gonna get a victory. That's what I'm going with. And I love this song. What a fantastic song. And then finally, the main event, unifying the titles in a TLC match where tables, ladders, and chairs are involved. And in order to win this match, you have to climb a ladder and grab the titles. So that's John Cena, currently the World Heavyweight Champion, versus Randy Orton, the WWE Champion. Who will be the champion of champions?
I'm sorry to be like,
figuring out all the rules and everything that's going on? No,
yeah.
that's perfectly fine in order to make your accurate prediction.
So they have to grab both.
I believe
so. If they
so,
just
yes.
grab
They're both
one,
hanging.
then they still have to grab the other.
But there will be one decided champion. From what they've said, that you can't there won't be a flip-flop of champions. So they'll probably just get both at once. I'm not sure, but you got to get them both, I would assume, since they're hanging both.
Okay.
Maybe they'll have a new title by then. Maybe there'll be a brand new championship where they duct tape them together or something like that. I don't know.
Interesting.
They wear both at the same time. One is a necklace.
Exactly. I'll go first on this one. I'll say that Randy Orton takes it.
Ooh.
Guys, I hear voices in my head, so they counsel me and they understand. So they talk.
My voices are agreeing with your voices. I say Randy Orton.
Because he's cuter, right?
Well, you're saying he has to climb a ladder to get the belt, right?
That's right.
So I think Randy Orton is not as, big as John Cena. I feel like he would be able to get there faster.
Oh, no bulk.
Yeah, so it might be a little easier for him to climb that ladder, and he might be a little quicker on it.
And no hurt arm.
Yeah, he doesn't have an injury, so it might be in his favor.
Okay.
I think the Cena storyline is on a roll. He's basically Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going for Cena. I don't see any way of him losing this. I mean, after way back when they were in Britain. Way back was like what, 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I thought you meant like the 1700s.
No. yes, that's exactly what I mean. 1776 Declaration of Independence.
Shout out to the Declaration of Independence there for you.
Yes, our Assassin's Creed 3. In any case, it's just watching that one match where Cena went against.
That's what you chant when you don't want him to win.
Cena. It was just when he took on those two guys, and forgive me, I already forget their names, but one started with the C.
Oh, the Real Americans, Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro?
Yes, thank you, Cesaro.
Yeah,
No, I love it. Thank you. And I just watching those little recaps, I was like, there's no way he can win this. Like, they're amazing. And then he still pulled it out and won. I think that is going to happen, and Cena will be a double title champion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
And then Orton will cry, and I won't go, aw.
He won't cry. He'll say, see you next time.
There's no greater champion than.
Oh, Triple H.
The king of kings.
Phil, is this your prediction? Are you going with Triple H taking it?
On your knees, dog.
He could.
He could. He's the authority. He could make the final call that he is the king of kings.
That is so
man.
corrupt.
That
It's
would
corrupt.
be horrible. That would be such a cheap shot.
It would
That'd
be cheap.
That would taste bitter in the mouth.
But the cheapest move of all, which I'm approving of, will be the true champion of champions, is our own Tom the Connolly, who's at TLC, and he will cash in his Money in the Bank on Sunday, and then finally bring in the champion of champions title here at Main Event.
Are there any Money in the Banks out there floating around where anybody can challenge the winner?
They're all used up.
Okay.
Just
I didn't have
Tom's.
Tom's theme song loaded.
Oh, good.
Do you?
I said I did not.
Oh.
Well, that's okay. The WWE does, and we'll just mail it over to him, and he'll be good to go.
It is going to be a surprise entrance, so I didn't want to ruin it.
Right. I mean, you got to be watching the show, so you got to tell your friends. You got to get them on the AfterBuzz bandwagon. So subscribe to our YouTube page. Rate and review the show on iTunes. Give us a 5-star rating. That helps us out more than you know. That's better than putting $1,000 in our pocket, which wouldn't hurt either. So please tell your friends about the show. And for AfterBuzz TV, Markeia McCarty and Gabrielle Loren, where can our listeners find you guys for more of what you got to offer?
Oh, well, you can find me on Twitter, guys. It's at Markeia McCarty. Yeah.
Simple and effective.
Yeah, simple.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Gabrielle_Loren or Instagram at Gabby, GABBYLO87. And I'm doing Big Tips next with Scott.
It's true.
So tune in.
Last week we had Tiffany on as a
We
guest.
did
That
have
was a great
Tiffany,
interview.
and we're working on getting Kristen soon.
Yeah, big interviews. And then you can find me at Curtain Jerks on Twitter, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast with interviews, actual guests, and fake guests, of course, impressions and all that good stuff on comedypodcastnetwork.com and on iTunes. That's Curtain Jerks Podcast. So for AfterBuzz TV, we had a great time, and we'll see you next week on Main Event.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.